Hey guys, John here with a silver update. I just wanted to round off my last rant video. If you haven't seen that video, please go back to my last video before watching this one, because it covers the basis of what I'm about to show you here. This is, most people got it, most people understood that video, but I did just want to step through and just show you the sort of real life scenario so it can really help you to understand that this is something that not only is needed, but I think anyone in their right mind would do this if it was your exchange, and it was your money on the line. Okay, this red line here. Let's just assume that's the silver price over time. So at $30. Let's say I go short at $30. I think the price is going to go down, and I short 5 contracts, and they're 5,000 ounce contracts. So the contract value, or what I am controlling in silver value, is 5, the number of contracts, times how many ounces at $30, which is $750,000. So if I short 5 contracts at 30, I am controlling $750,000 in silver. But with CME margins, let's say it's at 10%. It's not, but just round numbers. I need $75,000 in my account to be able to short that. I don't need the $750,000. I only need $75,000, 10% margin. Now, let's say I do that. I put the 75 in the account. The maximum I can set my stop loss, or the furthest away, is 10% higher at 33, because that's what my margin is. I can't set it at 34 because I don't have the funds in my account to cover that. I could set it at 34 if I wanted to put more money in the account, but let's say I've just put the 75 and I set my stop at 33. So the $3 difference times 5 times, that's the number of contracts, times 5,000 ounces is 75,000 risked in capital. So I'm risking my full margin. Now there's nothing stopping me from setting it at $31.50 and then risking just half that amount, but this is sort of the minimum margin that I have to have in my account and the maximum I can set my stop loss at. Okay, that's fine. We've got our trade set up and we started to short. Now silver starts to rise, and let's say at the close of a COMEX session, it gets to, say, just under that. Doesn't matter what the number is, but somewhere under that, and I'm still in the trade, although it's looking pretty nasty and looks like I might get stopped out. Now, as you're all aware, COMEX only trades certain hours of the day, and during other sessions, silver price might move. Now, let's say that does happen, and when the COMEX session opens, silver opens at $35 for the COMEX session. Well, not only have I been stopped out of the trade, silver's at $35, which is well above what I wanted to be stopped out at. So there's a $2 difference here. Now, minus $2 times the number of contracts times 5,000 ounces is minus $50,000. My trade has lost the 75,000 of risk capital and the minus 50,000 on the open. So I'm in now a liability of $50,000. This is what we call a margin call. Okay, that's what a margin call means. It means where you need to put more money in the account if you're going to continue this trade, and maybe set it at $36, in which case another $3, you need another $75,000 on top of that, $150,000 in total. Now, these margin calls, that's the CME's liability and responsibility. That's their job to collect those funds, and that money is at risk of being unrecoverable. Let's say this sent me broke, this trade. I simply can't pay the $50,000, or I don't want to pay it. CME is responsible to come after me and chase me for that money. It's their risk. Now, in a market such as silver, people ask, well, why hasn't it been put on any other commodities? No other commodities are, at least not traded on the CME with such small margins. CME has really small margins, considering, but why only silver? Well, it's only silver that's been doing this of late. And, silver's been having 10% swings, 14% in one day. 1 day, 14%. So this 10% margin needs to be raised. Okay, it has been raised. It's a bit higher than that now, but as it's not, margins aren't just a functionality of price. It's also volatility, which tends to come with higher prices anyhow. But well, that's not true. But it is a function of volatility as well. And silver has been, extremely volatile over the last few weeks. So, you know, ask yourself this question: if this was your exchange here, and you risked losing, in this example, $50,000 just because silver moved $2 outside of your trading hours, would you not raise rates? I mean, let's be honest. I'm surprised that the rates are still so low. If anything, this is still trying to be manipulated upwards. I mean, by that logic, I only need 12.5%, I think, is the current rate to trade silver, and silver can trade that in a day. It did it just the other day. So it's still probably a bit too low, and there probably still is more, unless silver dies down now, there probably still is more rates coming, but more rate increases coming. But that pretty much, I think, settles the debate. I mean, if CME can lose that amount of money in one day from one trade, one normal trade, with silver behaving the way it has been behaving, a margin hike is by no means something that's like, whoa, bring out the manipulation talk. No, it's the way of doing business, and silver wouldn't be able to be traded on this exchange if they didn't start increasing those rates. So yeah, I think that settles it once and for all. Talk to you soon, guys.